entrepreneurial discussions here on Property Tribes are powered by Belvoir franchise, and I'm delighted to be joined by Martin from Belvoir. And actually, Martin, we should just quickly say that you've had an incredibly successful time recently with your first £1 million turnover and your first £1 million sale. So just give us a quick update on what's happening at Belvoir.
Well, our Belvoir franchises are finding now that the benefits of our growth in the market, our reputation, the way in which we now go to market, and people recognise Belvoir as the rock in the market, is paying dividends. And as a result, our franchise network are showing growth figures that have been incomparable in the past. So naturally enough, there comes a time when an entrepreneur exits his business, and you heard recently about the £1 million sale.
Yes, Sheffield.
In Sheffield, yes, and that came from a franchise who joined us around 7 years ago from a cold start. He put his plans in place. Belvoir gave him the assistance and development that we said we would, and he grew into our leading franchise in the country, or one of the two leading franchises in the country, and he decided to exit at the stage when it became worth £1 million to realise his new business plans.
And, you know, Belvoir has got exciting plans in that regard, which really adds to the whole Belvoir franchise proposition.
Absolutely. We recognise that a franchise proposition isn't just let's go into business, start a franchise and we'll give you support. It's really, really important, and everybody knows that Belvoir's level of support is unsurpassed in the market. And we've received many gold awards over many years supporting that ideal. But we also wanted to put a business life cycle aspect to it. So when somebody takes one of our franchises on, we train them, we make sure they have the right knowledge, skill and attitude to do the job. We have a BDM, or business development manager, supporting a mentoring system so they get to know how they're doing, if they're doing the right things, and we consolidate them in the market so that they realise the best opportunity they can. Now, naturally enough, a business has to grow. It can't stand still. So we grow by finding new landlords on our day-to-day business, works and so forth. However, there is another way to grow a business, and that's to acquire a relative business to it. So part of my responsibility is to actively seek independent sales and lettings business which fit our franchise network, and that's really important to say. It needs to fit in terms of the type of properties they have, the geographical location, and also, I guess, the way they approach the market. And having found out those things, Belvoir are really, really interested in talking to people who are interested in selling their business. They may have come to retire, or they may want to sail off into the sun, or they may feel that they've reached a point where moving it into a franchise will take advantage of all the brand and support that Belvoir offer.
Indeed.
I think one of the things I'm finding at that too, when I speak to some of the ones we're talking to at the moment, is they know that Belvoir really care about their customers. We've got a reputation of being a company who there for the long game. We're the rock in the market. I've said this many times, and they would much rather talk to us than talk to perhaps some larger corporate who have less of the face of a personal face that goes with a personal business. Although Belvoir have 163 branches in the UK. We also have a personal reputation, if you like, to uphold, and we're proud of that. So that acquisition is the way they can grow their business as well as their day-to-day efforts.
Absolutely, and we feel that this is of interest to the Property Tribes community because we're not talking about corporate acquisitions, we are talking about Belvoir actively seeking smaller independent agencies. You would like to hear from anybody out there watching who is thinking of selling their business, or with their portfolio of properties intact, to come into the Belvoir umbrella, the Belvoir network.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I would like to hear. I mean, an informal discussion will help you understand what we can do to expand your business and look after your landlords and tenants going forward, but will also promise that we will deliver our personal service and our high standards going forward, so that your business will be joining a network of somebody who really cares.
I think that's such an important point, Martin, because somebody that's built a business from the ground up, they obviously have very strong emotional ties
Absolutely.
to it. They care about their landlords and tenants. They want to know it's going to a good home.
Absolutely. And that's what
Fantastic.
we're about.
So if you've been interested by what we've been talking about in this interview, we'll pop Martin's contact details underneath the video, and he would be delighted to chat to you, even if it's just an informal
Absolutely.
inquiry.
Over a coffee, anywhere you like.
Thanks very much, Martin.